You are now watching the Queen Chioma. So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So today's video is sponsored by Cynosure Hair. If you would like to skip right to my commentary, you can do so with the time marker on your screen. As stated, this hair is from Cynosure Hair and they sent me 4 bundles in the closure of their Brazilian deep wave. So starting off, I'm going to actually be making a wig. I use a spandex dome style wig cap and I place that wig right onto my canvas head. I use the 22-inch canvas head. So we're going to bleach the closure. So I'm going to start off with the Toledo colors and blue toning powder. Take that and I'm going to be pouring that into a bowl. So next you need the bleaching powder. This is actually going to lighten those knots on your closure. So I'm going to be taking that as well. Take a nice scoop and place that into the bowl as well. And then lastly, you're going to need some 30 volume developer. And this is just the cream developer that helps the actual mixture form and lighten on your hair. So I'm going to do that and I'm going to mix up the bowl and make it into like a thick consistency, something like a pancake batter. So next, here it is, nice and thick and fluffy, and we're going to be placing this all over the lace closure. So this is just going to lighten those knots. The knots usually come black and you want them to be like a brown color so that it flows nicely onto your skin and makes your closure looks like it's coming right out of your scalp. So I'm going for a side part, so I pin the closure to the side of the wig head. So we're just going to go ahead and sew the closure down. I'm sewing down all 4 corners and making sure I do so with tight stitching so that it doesn't come out or unravel. And then we're going to go ahead and sew the hair. I always double my first 2 wefts when using 4 bundles of hair. And I start from that side area, like where your ear is going to sit. And I go back and forth and then just come back and loop. I do not cut my wefts because I don't want the extra shedding. So I just continue to sew through the hair, going back and forth, back and forth. Again, 4 bundles. The first 2 I always double. The last 2 I single sew them. And this helps your hair look more full overall. So this is what the wig looked like when I was finished sewing, and now we're going to work on the parting. So again, we're going for a side part, so I wanted to slant my part just a little bit. It's kind of hard to do a side part when it's not on your head, so if you are a beginner, you can actually do this step on your head so that you know how it sits. But I went ahead and did that, and then I created the part by using my tweezers to create it. Then I created the baby hairs as well as thinned out the closure so it didn't look so bulky, and this is what it looked like right before I started to customize the front area of the closure. So I'm going to take some scissors and I'm going to cut those baby hairs down. Baby hairs are optional. You don't have to use them. And I'm going to be using some Nairobi mousse. Any mousse that you can use that's very lightweight and can hold down the hair but as well as keep the hair moving is definitely good. So I like to use this product. I then use that to hold everything down, and then I go in with some edge control and my edge brush and I just start to swoop my baby hairs just a little bit. In the end, I actually didn't want to use my baby hairs for the final look, but when I do want to pull them out, if I use this wig again, I will. So then I'm going to take some elastic and tie it down. I tied it down for maybe about an hour or so. You don't even have to do it that long. And when I took it out, the baby hairs were just in place. So now it actually comes to putting the wig on. And as you can see, we have to just work with that part just a little bit. So what I'm doing is first cutting off the excess lace. And I actually did make a mistake cutting off too much of the lace, but I ended up fixing it a little bit in the ends off camera. So when I cut that down, as you can see, it's sitting pretty well, but we want the color and we want it to lay nice and flat. So we're going to actually go in with our water just to activate the curls. I used some makeup in the parting space, and the parts that seemed a little bit too light brown, I did go in with some black spray, and I held everything down with some Got To Be Glued spray so that it can look much more natural. So the hair activates so beautifully when it has water, and as you guys can see, the curl pattern is really, really nice. It kind of started off way more tight, but then as I washed the hair, it loosened up and it looked really pretty. For this to be 24 inches, it actually is pretty long, even for someone like me who was 5'10". I really did love this hair. So if you guys are interested in Cynosure Hair, I will have everything in the description box down below. So let's get right into this video. So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So today's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video.
Nigga, pay attention.
So today we're going to be talking about Mr. Snoop Dogg. Now, I don't know why it's this reoccurring notion with Mr. Snoop Dogg as to why he's always so much so entangled in black women's business. I'm not even one to sit here and have to bring this into like a race conversation because, to be honest, y'all, we've done that 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, a million times. You guys already know that we have said on countless occasions, black men stay out of black women's business, black women stay out of black men's business. Until the business needs to be minded by both parties, everybody stay to their respective corners. For whatever reason, this message and this rhetoric and this thought process is not hitting Snoop Dogg. I don't know if one of his ballies is too tight in his head. I don't know if the twist of his cornrow is just cutting off the circulation to his brain where he cannot understand you need to stay out of black women's business. You've already been dragged for the Gayle King. You've already been dragged for Ari Lennox. You've already been dragged for so many different topics that have nothing to do with you. So why you persistently see the need to speak on the looks, features, thought process, work, whatever of black women, to me is just beyond crazy, because like, no, like, because no. So Snoop Dogg took it upon himself to repost this meme of a before and after of an African woman, a dark-skinned black African woman getting her makeup done. Snoop Dogg's caption said she went from all her life she had to fight to a full-blown entanglement. Now, if you don't understand the whole type of meaning of entanglement as it's related to social media as of now, with the whole Will Smith and Jada Smith situation trending and going viral, entanglement is the word that Jada Smith used to pretty much define her relationship with August Alsina, which was outside of her marriage. Why we're seeing her giving praise to some form of extramarital affairs, I don't know. Even as someone who's 22 years old like myself, I don't wish to be married to somebody and have an open relationship. There's no point of having a marriage that is made out of a commitment through the Lord and through Jesus, but for whatever reason you have no problem publicly and openly disobeying that sacrament of marriage and bringing in adultery and all these things that are considered super duper sins. I don't know. Jada and all of them always sit on their high horse, and then when it comes down to it, for whatever reason, they're not just being the same type of image they portray. I feel like this is why I call out people that are two-sided and fake, because if you're gonna do it for real. That's like my main quote. If you're gonna do it for real. If you're gonna do open relationship, do that for real. Anyway, so the term entanglement came from that, and it's basically meaning that someone is, you know, in a relationship and, you know, I guess has a man, has a significant other, has a woman, whatever. So basically what he's insinuating is when this woman did not have any makeup on, she was ugly, undesirable, you know, her features were not the features that people want to see or consider just unattractive, and then got her makeup done, and now she's obviously enhanced and upgraded in some way, and that for whatever reason is shown to attract her into a relationship, because in her natural self what he's saying is that she's unable to pull a man. And all I have to say is this: I am sick and tired of him dipping dabbing in business that does not mind him, okay? I'm not about to sit here and go too deep on that, because that's already been discussed in the aura of YouTube in this type of genre. What I will say is this: ladies, at the end of the day, don't let anybody, especially a man who doesn't even wear makeup, especially a man who, your whole hairstyle is very feminine, so I mean it kind of makes sense as to why you're always in feminine energy, sips tea. But especially a man who has something to say every single time, it becomes very sus. It becomes very, very, very confusing as to why on earth are you so intertwined with business that has nothing to do with you? Why do you make it a goal for you to put down the type of black women who you say you like to uplift when you really don't? Your daughter is a dark-skinned black woman. Your wife is a brown-skinned black woman. Of course you cheat on your wife with non-black women and whatever, maybe other types of black women, but it's like there's already this notion, this image that dark-skinned black women are not pretty, not attractive or whatever, and you take it upon yourself to basically further put that in there for all the people that watch you. Now granted, we are at a day and age where, you know, black beauty, especially dark-skinned black beauty, is all the rave, and it's at least being portrayed in the media and in social media too, that it's pretty, and people are feeling way more confident and embracing their darkness and just embracing being black, period, which of course, period, because we should be. But I feel like there's also these naysayers that have a huge influence that are trying to retract this new form confidence from a lot of women, black, light-skinned, brown-skinned, dark-skinned, just black women, period. And there's black men who are trying to pull that back. See, people say, oh, I'm glad that you're not anti-black men, which I'm not. I'm anti everything that is disrespect to black women. That doesn't just mean all black men. So Snoop Dogg, I will call you out individually because I know there's other black men that don't do this. All in all, Snoop Dogg, you're just doing too much at this point. Like, I can't even give you an intellectual drag because it gets tiring to see the same image portrayed, and then he gets another chance, another chance, another chance. And I know we say cancel culture doesn't work, but this is why call out culture does, because people are gonna start to get tired. You can put something in front of people and maybe 2 people will believe you out of 100. Put the same BS in front of the same group of people. Now 20 people are believing what it is. The more you put BS in front of people, the more they're gonna see that someone isn't who they think they are, and slowly but surely pull their support. So Snoop Dogg, you are on thin ice, okay? Thin ice. You need to just make sure that you just need to keep your business elsewhere, because the collective of black women aren't even worried about black men that act like that. Like, not all black women have gotten over the trauma of being rejected because of their skin color and their looks, but a lot of us are slowly but surely transitioning away from those types of men and not feeding buying into the rhetoric that we are those negative things that they're trying to cast many black women as, especially the dark-skinned black women. So that is all I have to say about Mr. Snoop Dogg. What are your thoughts? How did you feel when you saw this post? I kind of feel like a lot of people were kind of numb to it, like, oh wow, another example of disrespect. How did you feel when you seen it? Definitely follow me on all my social media networks, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. So we have our first ever update on this channel. So one of my subscribers sent me a post from Mr. Snoop Dogg, and he posted, I think the craziest part of this Jada Pinkett and Will Smith thing is that the cops that murdered Breonna Taylor still haven't been arrested. And Snoop Dogg, please have a stadium full of seats, honey. No one is buying this newfound cape. See, what you're not gonna do is use your platform to consistently put down the looks of dark-skinned black women and black women, period. Honestly, just women in general, because I don't see the reason why a grown married man with grown married kids would be sitting here worried about what other black women are doing, let alone any woman, period. So the fact that now you want to turn into this activist as if you are on Breonna Taylor's camp, how about this? How about if you're actually for Breonna Taylor receiving justice? How about on your off times? How about when she's not trending? How about when everyone is not pushing for this reform? How about you actually use your platform to not speak down on black women at all in any way, shape, or form, period, okay? Point blank, period. This is the type of malarkey that I don't like. I don't like the inconsistency. I don't like the lack of accountability. Which side are you on? Clearly, you're not on our side, so this support, thank you, but no thanks, okay? I think there needs to be authentic and genuine support to find justice for Breonna Taylor's killers, aka the police in her city, and actually get the justice that she needs without someone trying to use their platform and the backlash that they just received from multiple black women to try and cape and try to get back into good and positive spirits with us. Like, no, like, who do you think you're fooling, Snoop? Honestly, you need to stop. But that's just an update that I saw. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media networks, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys. In the car, you feel me? I like city girls. But Cardi B, like, where's she been at? And granted, you know, I don't really rock with her in the way how she, like, operates, but I will still listen to her music, and I will like some certain songs, and I haven't heard not anything. But yeah, she's an entertainer. I don't consider her a rapper. Now she's trying to be an activist. I mean, it's good that she's using her platform for that. I think that's commendable, but I wouldn't take her serious, like, at all. My next one says, Haribo gummy bears are trash. I don't know why they're voted the best gummy bears.